Long ago, in the snow-covered mountains of the Alps, where the winds howled through ancient pine forests, there lived a creature unlike any other. His name was Krampus, and he was the keeper of winter's judgment. Krampus had horns that curled like the roots of a gnarled tree, sharp claws that could carve through ice, and eyes that glowed like embers in the darkest night. His task was solemn. While St. Nicholas brought joy to good children, Krampus was charged with visiting those who were naughty, teaching them lessons they would never forget. One winter, as the snow fell heavier than ever before, Krampus stood at the edge of a cliff overlooking a small village. He had carried out his duty for centuries, punishing the disobedient and taking the worst of them to his icy lair deep within the mountains. But now he felt a pang of something he could not name. "What good does it do?" Krampus muttered to himself. "These children fear me, but do they ever truly change?" As he stood pondering, he heard the faint sound of a child's sobs carried on the wind. Intrigued, Krampus followed the sound to a tiny cabin on the outskirts of the village. Inside he found a boy named Lucas curled up in front of a dying fire. Lucas was no ordinary boy. He was known throughout the village for his mischief, stealing pies from windowsills, tricking other children, and never helping his widowed mother with chores. But tonight Lucas wasn't scheming, he was crying. Krampus stepped through the door, his chains rattling ominously. Lucas looked up, his eyes wide with terror. "You know who I am?" Krampus growled, his voice deep as the mountain's core. Lucas nodded, trembling. "You've come to punish me." "Yes," Krampus said, but something in the boy's tear-streaked face made him pause. "Tell me, child, why do you cry?" Lucas hesitated, then confessed, "I've been horrible all year, but I didn't mean to be. I only wanted to make people laugh and forget their troubles, but now everyone hates me, even my mother. I wish I could take it all back." For the first time, Krampus felt his cold heart soften. He saw not a wicked boy, but a child who had strayed too far, lost in his own mistakes. Krampus reached into his satchel, but instead of pulling out his dreaded birch rods, he brought forth a single snowflake, glowing faintly with light. "This is the snowflake of redemption," Krampus said. "It is a rare gift. If you truly wish to change, it will guide you." Lucas held the snowflake carefully in his hands, its glow illuminating his tear-streaked face. "What must I do?" "Prove your worth," Krampus said. "By the time the first light of dawn touches the mountains, show me you can be better." Lucas sprang into action. He started by chopping wood to stoke the fire for his mother, who awoke to the warm glow and was surprised to see her son working so hard. Next, Lucas went to the village and returned every trinket he had stolen, apologizing to each person. He even helped the old baker carry flour through the snow to her bakery. By the time the first rays of dawn painted the mountains in gold, Lucas stood before Krampus again. "I've done all I could. Have I proven myself?" Krampus studied him with his ember-like eyes. Then he smiled, a rare and chilling sight. "You have," he said. "Remember, child, redemption is not a single act but a lifetime of choices." From that day forward, Lucas changed. He became a kind and helpful boy, known for his laughter that brought joy instead of mischief. Krampus too felt a change. He continued his work, but now he offered the snowflake of redemption to those he deemed deserving. And so the legend of Krampus grew, not just as a figure of fear, but as a symbol of second chances. On cold winter nights, the villagers would tell their children, "Be good or Krampus may come. But if you have strayed, perhaps he will bring the snowflake, and with it, a chance to be better." And somewhere in the snowy mountains, Krampus watched, his chains clinking softly in the wind, content that his work was not just about punishment, but about hope.